I'll show you something very, very obvious. And it's obvious because it's part of our reality. We got used to it. We don't think of it. We are not grateful for it. And it's part of the mundane. You have a living creature here, full of life. The nutrients come from the soil, from the recycled material from the previous lives, and some of that sustain life. With the nutrients that come in here, there is an exchange of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water, and it's like a cycle, Things come into the soil, goes through the roots, come out, and goes back into the atmosphere. And that's what we know because it's what we see. Also, we have half dead salad. Half dead because I kept it next to a hot potato. So this part of the salad, which is green, is alive. It has life in it. Has, for people who see auras, they can tell you, this is an alive plant, even with closed eyes. But here, this plant is starting to die. And then the decay process starts, and the bacteria kicks in, and all those microorganisms that helps this plant to go back into the cycle, into the ground, or whatever, into other organisms that helps this recycling part of the nature. And then we have the dead food, which is some bread. So if we look at this materials, these items, the matter we see here, this is going to support itself. So it sucks nutrients and water from the ground and exchange it with the environment. And this one can live a year or 2 years and has defense mechanisms that protect the plant from intruders, from parasites, from pests and insects and all those. This one, once it's dead, it will last, the life force will stay in for a couple of days. So, because it still have life force, but it's no exchange of nutrients that preserve the life force into it. So once this one does not have power to suck nutrients, and when the nutrients are gone, it's no more items or material or substance to support life, the life goes. This one is gone, has no life. And let's say if I have a tomato, the tomato would last maybe a week or maybe 2 weeks. And we can slow down the death by keeping the tomato at cold. So the tomato goes in the life, the tomato itself goes into sleep, and we can preserve tomato or a potato. Same thing. Now, if we put the tomato in the microwave, guess what? The life force is gone, and now the bacteria start to get in and other processes that make that tomato decay and rot, and it goes back into the nature, into the recycling process. Now, why would we eat dead stuff? Because it's cheap, because it's filling our stomach. But what I'm trying to say about a tomato or a potato, so you see a potato that's alive for even a year. It's alive. Even up here that doesn't do anything, but it's alive, it's just sleeping. And you can wake it up by providing right conditions to start a new plant. Okay? And if I put that tomato into a microwave oven, the life force is gone. And same thing happens with the brain. If you use your cell phone next to the brain, it starts pushing the life force out. I mean, the life force is not being pushed, but if you destroy the supporting mechanisms and systems uh, that keeps the life into the brain, yeah, of course the life would go. So put some live animal into something like that. I'm not suggesting do it, but the life force goes. So using the microwave oven to heat up food, it's a quick fix, quick idea how to live a modern life. But if that food has any life in it, then the life goes. And we are built to live on food and energy that comes from outside. And some research and some psychics can support this, that 80% of the energy that's supporting your life force in your body comes from outside. Not, it does not come from the food. So the more food with life you eat, like a fresh food, fresh veggies and stuff, the more you add to that 80% of the energy you get from the environment. If you stay inside of your home, then that life force kind of is being used up by other people in the house. So that's one of the reasons you need to open the windows to get some fresh air. And fresh air brings some life energy. You may not see it, but it comes with oxygen molecules and all that stuff, and life that floats around. It's a part of our universal energy that comes from plants, from outside plants. So if you look at people who live in a city, they don't really get sick by the dust and all those things. They get sick because all that concrete is dead. There is no much trees. So compare the people living into a big city full of concrete and steel and concrete and nothing alive, compared to those people living in a large city full of parks, right? So parks give people life. Now, my point is that you need to go outside in order to support your life systems. It's not only food that keeps you alive. And if you believe into Jesus guy or whatever, the stories about him, it was like he was able to survive 40 days or something without food. Yes, because he and other yogis, they are able to take the energy and life force from outside their bodies, not only from the food, right? So that's one thing. Now, finishing my recording, you can extend the life force into the food not only by refrigerating, but keeping these plants and veggies asleep in a cooler place, but not only in the fridge. If you have a place underground, cool storage place, would get more energy from outside. Then also there are crystals and systems based of crystals that can provide extra life force, because those crystals store lots of energy. So crystals are made on high pressure changes into the earth crust during volcanoes, during magma movements, during geological changes, and they store lots of energy. And that energy, the way we understand from the physics point of view, I'm not going to other type of explanations about how the energy floats around and stuff, but that those crystals can provide energy that supports these plants that still have life. So you can study about crystals that help people boosting their energies and mood, changing health, and that's my point. So if you want to preserve life into your veggies in the fridge, it's not because you care about the plants, but it helps you to store it for longer. Uh, then try to search crystals or ways to bring energy from outside your fridge. And don't use microwave. That's the main point I'm trying to. And don't use the microwave in your cell phone to microwave your brain in your body. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye bye.